What is up, guys? 84PT Gaming, playing some more Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich as Mexico. I've decided that this will be the last Kaiserreich series that I do for a while until they update it again, because I've been beating this dead horse for a while, and it's starting to hurt my my hands and feet. So yeah, so this is the last one I'm gonna do. I did, however, turn myself into... Oh, what? Carlist Mexico is winning! What? Okay, no, they're not. But yes, this will be the last Kaiserreich series that I play until they patch it, because I'm currently in the middle of recording a multiplayer... Sorry. I'm currently in I'm currently recording a series with Matt, where I am playing as who am I playing as? I see. I'm looking over here, and I can't remember who I'm playing as. Matt's playing as Germany, and I'm playing as Hungary. I'm reasonably sure, because I'm so fucking predictable. Just love the Balkans, man. Let's make sure my fighters are deployed over Mexico and work on air superiority. Low manpower. Just kind of keep making my way down here. Okay, there we go. Carlos Spain is dead. So yes, I'm slowly deploying more divisions. I think I'm researching tanks soon. I think I have to research the 34 tanks. I started with the this 36 tank. Let's get Mendoza as our infantry. And let's just kind of wait for America to fall apart. Although the Civil War ended in the last episode, I think. Yes, they're just... So the US is still just at war with Sinistrist. And America war on United States. Oh, the American Union States. There we go. So yeah, just kind of waiting. I'm actually gonna get my navy to deploy in the Gulf to patrol. Ah, Albania has fallen. So I'm kind of getting my Greece has capitulated. I'm gonna get these guys to train as well. Repeal anti-clerical policy. So let's get the Papal University, get that 4th research slot going. Now, I think the divisions I'm going to make are going to be medium tanks. So, it's going to be energy division. So pretty much it's going to be 3 tanks and a tank artillery, and then 4 motorised, once I can afford it. I may just start off with doing a small line of tanks, and then adding motorised to it as I go. So just kind of waiting for stuff to move along. It's all kind of cooking away nicely. Working on mechanical computing, so I will be able to get that buff to my research speed. The Ottoman Empire took 1 state, and Montenegro was annexed. Montenegro? Oh, here. Are the Ottomans at war with Serbia? Yeah, they are. I may actually do a Serbia game after this Mexico game. So in fact, what I told you was a lie. I will be continuing to beat this dead horse. But the Serbia game should be quite interesting because you've got, because you're the leader of the Belgrade Pact. So you can get Bulgaria, Romania, and Croatia and Albania kind of on side. Maybe Greece as well. And I think it may probably be best to go to war with the Ottomans in that situation. Give them a bit of a hiding. So I was just kind of waiting for these guys to level up. Let's modify our government again. So what are we at the moment? We are volunteer only. Let's go to limited conscription. So that's given us some more people. No divisions of basic training. Oh wow, okay, so I've pumped out all of those divisions. Concentrated industry 1 done. Let's get the next level of construction and actually look at our construction list to see what we are building. Now, because I've just upgraded concentrated industry, I'm going to do some more civilian factories in Mexico City. Just to kind of increase the amount of civilian factories that we're going to have building stuff. No divisions in basic training. That's fine for the moment until I can start really designing tank divisions. What am I producing actually? I'm producing infantry equipment and artillery. I've got a good surplus of that, so let's switch that to motorized. And get rid of that altogether. And start producing some light tanks. Which I will then upgrade later. So I just got the Papal University. So all of my political tree is now done. Now the constant focuses are in this version of the game, however we will be waiting a little bit to go through that. We're going to go through this stuff. So let's go for a reform the high commands. And open up this extra research slot and start looking at... Is oil an issue for us? No, but rubber is. So let's look at going down the route of synthetic. And let's go into our division designer. Get ourselves an empty division. Armoured, light. And then 2 motorized. Oh, that would cost me 50. That's why it was removed. Yeah, 45. So let's just get a light tank and then edit the name. That's a division, isn't it? It's not a regiment. D-E-V-I-S-I-O-N. Mongolian Khanate has declared war on Tibet. Right, rename. Train. Let's produce 5 divisions of them. And get them to come out in Durango. Production of tanks, what does that put my need at? Rather high. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel production on that, put as many on this as I can, and then go for... and then produce 1 Mondragon just to make it happy. So, infantry is our backbone. Which gives me land doctrine, infantry equipment. Actually, no, let's go for air bases, air doctrine, fighter focus, bomber focus. Let's go for let's start naval reforms off. Because our navy is going to be extremely important for us, seeing as a lot of our enemies will be across seas. So maybe attacking Cuba, who are not in a faction. And I need 75% more attention. But as soon as the Second World War kicks off, which it should do soon, it is now 1938, and I believe it does kick off in 39, like mid to late 39. So it may be interesting to either attack Central America or navally invade Cuba. One of my British production of artillery. So let's throw artillery. upgrade those light tanks. Details. So it is now 1938, so I may as well just jump ahead on this early production. Edit that. Make sure this is all good. It is. Support wise, do I add a support anti-tank or maybe like a support artillery? Adding support artillery to tank divisions may be useful. We are still producing artillery, so... Oh, no we're not. There we go, and then just max all that stuff out. We are unfortunately low on steel. However, we can overcome that with excavation improvements via research. Ottoman Empire declared war on Cyprus. So 14 days until we finish our next chunk of land doctrine. We went for superior firepower, but we didn't actually start developing tanks until quite late, which I find quite stupid. So we now have delay, so let's go for mobile defense, which improves our defensive capabilities. And then for the next government reform, I am going to put a tank designer in. So Dina maybe. I don't have access to a heavy tank designer. Sorry, a medium tank designer. Alright, let's start building some new shipyards. I'm not actually producing any ships, am I? No, although I have 0 free naval dockyards because this hasn't ticked over yet. There we go. I now have 2 available. So let's start working. What does my armada look like at the moment? So we've got battle cruiser, light cruiser, destroyer, and lots of destroyers. Okay, so maybe how many convoys do I have? 30. So maybe throwing 1 factory on convoys and then 1 factory throwing together light cruisers and get it to deploy to there. There we go, finish construction 2, so let's get the next level of excavation to improve our steel output. Actually, how much steel do we have and where is it? So 4 steel there, 10 tungsten there, 48 oil. So oil is not an issue. It's rubber that is our issue. So rubber is going to be extremely important. Now the US Navy on their southern tip, that looks about to be Louisiana? No, that's southern Texas, Louisiana. It's like there. Seems to actually be pretty weak. They've got 13 ships here, so if we go to war with the US, we will have naval superiority. Issue is they will probably have military superiority very quickly, so maybe avoiding the US for the moment would be smart, and they are actually pushing back the American Union states. For some reason, Chicago is the capital of the combined syndicalist states, which is interesting. Actually, I think I'm going to probably start producing some Marines if I'm going to be invading Havana. I've got a port here, so I'll leave from here, go right into there with a bunch of Marines, and then just start shipping guys in so we can just completely flood the country. As long as these guys don't get protected by someone else, we should be fine. I mean, they don't like us, so... South African Federation declared war on the Union of South Africa. Everyone is kind of having communist, well, at least socialist revolutions. I'm reasonably sure... Oh no, this is, that's the Germans. And they're currently at war with South African Federation, who are market liberals. Okay. Right, so, screen ships, destroyers and light cruisers, yes. Air superiority down here is going to be pretty easy as well, because by the looks of it, the enemy, the US don't have any air bases down here, and I don't think Havana has an air base. I don't think, Cuba has an air base either. Although I can't actually... Oh no, I can. There are kind of, question marks where there are possible air bases. So I may start actually working on some bombers and put them in Yucatan, so I can put them over Havana as like naval bombers. So let's actually expand these guys' patrols to here, so we can try and gauge the enemy. So the Caribbean Federation, so they control there. And there. Okay, so the Caribbean Federation may also be a good target, seeing as they have a very small area. Oh, these guys are still training, even though they're probably all veteran regulars. Research-wise, how am I looking? 19 days left on the synthetic oil experiments. 79 days left on that. On this, what am I looking at? Screenship research, 10 days. So what's that? Reformed military, plus 5% division organisation. It's all going swimmingly for the Mexicans. We haven't gone to war with anyone yet, but that's fine. So that gives me fleet and being. So it's either get that and that, which gives us a research slot. Yeah, no, let's do that. So let's get ourselves that 5th research slot. Let's start getting oil plants. And actually having a surplus of oil will make things much easier. From the brief looks I'm getting at the Cuban military, what is their suspected army size? 8 to 12. They have 1 port, 0 aircraft and 0 navy. They do, however, have more convoys than I do. But that's because I'm not producing many convoys. Construction-wise, how are we looking? Where could I possibly... Oh, okay, I actually do have space to build this. And again, let's get some rubber out of that. There we go. Gonna get some more naval bases, gonna get some rubber. Nearly at the full 15 factories producing. We're just gonna build this last one in Jalisco. The Commune of Brazil has been annexed. So Brazil is now the United Communes of Brazil. Oh no. So normal Brazil was annexed. Apologies for the word mistakes. Right, so recruit and deploy. We are getting there with tanks. Production-wise, how are we looking? We need 693 light tanks. We currently have a surplus of artillery, which is perfect. Issue is, economically, Mexico's actually pretty weak. Let's get concentrated industry, factories. Which does make things difficult because a lot of their states are actually rather large. It's not like the Central European states that have some reasonably small states, like lots of small places. The US is only a economic superpower in this because they have how many states they have. They don't actually have all that smaller states than yeah, because it's like each individual physical state, they just have many of them. However, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 states. So I am very much at a disadvantage. So air-wise, we already have Naval Bomber 1. It is 1939, so maybe working on better fighters to improve our air capability. Let's get our tank producer. We're still short of steel. I'm guessing that's because we're not needing rubber anymore because I'm not producing any motorized equipment. We do, however, still need tanks. And now I'm going to throw in a curveball. I'm going to switch the front 2 to medium tanks and start producing some medium tanks. Now the game is unpaused. There we go. So I should now have 100% light tanks. Yes, a light tank requirement is filled in all of these. I just need to now fill the medium tank requirement. Because if I actually just up that so it's at 1. So mobile defense is done. Perfect. So it's either integrated support, which gives Support companies 25% soft attack and organisation or recovery rate for line artillery. Let's actually go for integrated support. No, overwhelming fire, line artillery, soft attack. Yeah, let's go for integrated support. Anyway, I was going to look at my production. Yes, so I have a surplus of small tanks now. So let's just max that out. Let's move that above that and then max that out. Unpause the game. So what, we are currently working on military science. And at government improvement, I'm probably going to switch up to partial mobilisation. We've now got ourselves military science. Right, so let's go for a large fleet. With this extra research slot, let's start researching the next level of, what am I building? Destroyers. Let's start, let's research the 1936 destroyers. It is 39, so let's get the better machine tools. Construction wise, how are we looking? We've got 15 factories now building. Plus 25% construction speed, so it should all start rolling through nice and quickly. Excellent. Let's increase our popularity because we should recoup that reasonably quickly. Yeah, there we go. We are in fact the Social Democrats, aren't we? Yes, we are. Iron Guard Romania declared war on Bulgaria. Bulgaria. That should be interesting. That should be very interesting, actually. Because Iron Guard Romania, if they don't play their cards right, they can actually be pretty weak, and it appears they are in fact losing to the Bulgarians. That was probably a poor decision. So like zooming in and out of Havana, of Cuba, it actually shows that they have a division on each state. Which are probably garrisoning that state, so they may be very difficult to take. So Guatemala may be a good first place to expand, although of course it does need to be 75% war score. The fall of Chicago. Oh, the syndicalists are falling. The United States is winning, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, this is where I'm going to end the game. Thank you end the episode. This is where I'm going to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I've been for PT Gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra. I didn't end the episode.